Bloomberg Wall Street reporter Sonali Basak got a ringside seat at the Goldman Sachs U.S. Financial Services Conference in New York this week. And this is what she learned about the mood on Wall Street.
Thanks, David. When it comes to the mood on Wall Street, a lot of the energy has been focused on talent. Talent is often the biggest cost, and for all the talk of potential job cuts and reductions in pay, it's worth taking a look at which jobs are under pressure, which are not, and how employees can adjust to new positions as they try to realign to a new macroeconomic environment. Now, bankers are looking to reinvent themselves. Investment banking at Bank of America is on track to drop by more than 50% this year, for example. And that bank has actually gained market share in mergers and acquisitions and investment-grade underwriting during this weak market. CEO Brian Moynihan said the company is slowing hiring ahead of a possible recession, but he's also said they're trying to move traditional deal makers to new roles within the bank. He spoke to me at the annual Goldman Sachs Financial Services Conference this week.
We know we can absorb those teammates by just managing our headcount carefully. So what do we do in times like this? You look at your open positions, you look at your fill rate, which is how many people hire as a percentage of people leave, and you shape the headcount back in across the whole company. We take some of the talent teammates in investment banking and bring them into other parts of the company at times like this.
Now, while a number of banks are starting to cut jobs by the thousands to prepare for lower revenue, there are some rivals who see an opportunity, especially in the smaller investment banks. Peter Weinberg, a longtime investment banker who co-founded Perella Weinberg Partners, said that recruiting is actually a key focus for his firm right now. His rivals at Lazard and Moelis are saying similar things.
Well, this is a wonderful time for us to hire, and we're very focused on that because, first of all, we have a growth plan that's sort of undaunted. Independent banks aren't for everybody, but there's still a lot of people at the large financial institutions who want to get back to client work, and they may be frustrated by the position they're in at that firm because they're overly burdened by leadership responsibility, whatever it might be. But it's more how they kind of spend their working day and their working life. And I think people, and it's not just us, it's all the independents, I think people find it very attractive to move to the independent platform.
Now, when I asked Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon about the talent war, he hinted that the situation is really changing. Remember, it was Goldman where young bankers revolted in the last few years to push for higher pay. And then it was also Goldman where bankers were asked to come back earlier than any other financial firm headquartered in New York City. It was also Goldman Sachs where the news first broke this year that job cuts would once again be starting on Wall Street. Many firms believe that Goldman could create a standard in how pay and headcount are set for at least the next year.
The talent war is I think there's some headwinds given we're changing economic conditions, but the competition for talent is still very, very strong. Now, how that evolves in 2023 is unknown. Certainly, if we have a slower economic environment, it will have an effect.
There's a hope among some big banks that deal volumes will come back by the middle of 2023 as interest rates stabilize and markets could be less volatile. That would also cause underwriting for debt and equity deals to come back, and it would recreate the need for top talent. Until then, they're trying to hold on to their star staff.